It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show, presented by Kia.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my friends, and I mean that, my buddies, my pals, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Miami Heat as they go up against the Boston Celtics. And Boston finding themselves in a slide recently. Their season has not gotten off to the kind of start they were hoping for. We'll see if tonight is where they begin to turn things around, to build some positive momentum and start playing with the sort of confidence we expected them to have coming into the season. The Celtics are not only one of the more dangerous teams in the NBA, but also one of the prettiest to watch. Kenny, what do you like about their offensive game?
First of all, I love their offense because the little guy, Isaiah Thomas, he makes the ball move, he gets around, and he is tough to cover and makes them tough to cover. They have a young core. They're always ready to make the extra pass. Love those Celtics, as Tommy Heinsohn would say. I love those Celtics.
And to add on to what Kenny is saying, the reason why good looks come easy for them is because of Isaiah Thomas. Now, teammates for the Celtics, they just need to knock them down. They were consistently near the top of the league last year in assists. That's something they can build on.
If we don't get it to Kevin Harlan very quickly, we're going to miss the tip.
Give him some Tommy points.
It's an All-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Celtics come into town for this one. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Justice Winslow still injured. They're counting the days until he returns.
Yeah, I hear you, Kevin. But really, it's an issue for both teams with regard to the injury situation. So it's a matter of which team can rise up and show the fortitude necessary to play through those injuries and still come out on top.
This is where you have that deep roster and ask for the next man to stand up. Opportunity for someone to step in and shine.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Hey, this Celtics team has established defense as a key part of its identity. Coach Brad Stevens said, it's got to be our DNA. If it's not, we're in trouble. Forward Jay Crowder added, we play hard. Guys don't like that in this league. They want an easy, flowing game, but we play hard. Kevin?
They've got some tough physical players, DA. They don't take plays off. Ray, you look up and down both these rosters, and these are incredible athletes on both sides.
So we expect, Kevin, that we're going to get some great highlight plays out in transition here, and you're going to see the court shrink up a little bit for some of the offensive players.
How about the most athletic guy you ever faced?
John Barry? Ready? No, I'm kidding, Kevin. I'm kidding.
You like that answer, though, yeah. If he's listening, I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Jordan, LeBron, who?
Most athletic player I ever faced was Kobe Bryant in his prime.
I like that answer. So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. The big men, Jerebko and Johnson. On out there was Smart. And it's Green in at the 3 slot. Now here's Johnson. Here's Babbitt. And Waiters kicks to Babbitt. Back to Waiters. Shot clock at 5. From the wing. Johnson can't get it to go. For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to San Antonio.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Yes, accuracy was not their strong suit, and it wasn't necessarily because the D was so tough. They created a lot of open looks. They just couldn't hit anything.
Here's Green. Offensive rebound. Brown. Good. Brown's got 6.
And Brown runs the floor like a freight train at 225 pounds. He's a mammoth that wrecks defenses in transition.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
Well, coaches always tell you, if you take a chance, you better get it.
Here's Babbitt. He's coming off a 19-point game against Memphis.
And also in that one, he had the opposition on pins and needles on the defensive end of the floor, recording 4 steals that night on his way to an overall stellar game. Hit his teammate right in stride. That's a great assist.
Shots good by Green.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now, here's Whiteside. A 17-point game for him in the win against Memphis.
The other part of his game was the outstanding D. Shot blocking is a huge momentum shifter, and his 2 blocks really turned the game in their team's favor.
And the shot goes in. Smart's got his first bucket in this one.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Johnson in the corner. Back to Dragic. It's stolen by Johnson. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Brown's got the ball.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
Whiteside, the pass to Waiters. Here's Babbitt. Goes up on the high post. And the jam by Whiteside.
Well, when it comes to collecting rebounds, Hassan Whiteside is one of the best in the league. Outstanding job creating a second chance opportunity and getting the shot to go.
Here's Smart, following the score by Miami. To the inside, Johnson uses the glass to finish the layup.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
The Heat trail by 9. Dragic with it. Last time out, he had 13 points. And pushing it up, here's Boston. And here we go. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Jerebko kicks to Green. Johnson outside. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That's his first foul. There's Brown with the 3.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Babbitt dishes to Johnson. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Celtics leading by 7. And here's Smart. 11 points for him in that last game against San Antonio.
And guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one. Seriously, put on a passing clinic.
And Miami has possession after the basket by Boston. Now here's Dragic, guarded by Smart. No good from Dragic. The definition of a game at Marcus Smart, a real blue-collar player, Greg.
It really fits in well with how the Celtics want to play. They want those fire breathers on the floor. His anger got the best of him at times in the past, and that altercation he had with an opposing fan back in college might have given some teams pause. The Celtics want guys who care, and he definitely does.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, the point's not hard to come by for them, that's for sure. I'd have surrendered too if I was trying to defend against that potent attack.
Brent, as we move towards the middle of the season, teams can start to get mentally fatigued during the grind. How do players keep their focus during that stretch?
Well, this is a great time for coaches to introduce a few interesting concepts, maybe put in some new plays or defensively challenge his teams during games where maybe they have a 15 or 20-point lead, and you can ask your team to switch up some of their coverages. That'll re-engage the mind of a player really quickly throughout the course of a season.
The Heat trail by 11. Now here's Dragic, looking for his first basket still in this one. Ring shot on the way. Dragic with another miss. Here's Boston now. They're on a 17-6 run. Smart wide open. He fires. And the three off target. Waiters passes to Dragic. Drills the three-pointer. Dragic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Really nice to see Dragic explore that aspect of his game. The catch-and-shoot J is simply deadly.
Pass to Green. Fires for three. That doesn't go either for Green. For Miami, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Nice ball movement by Boston. And there's the 3-second violation. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Celtics.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
The Heat trail by 8. Dragic kicks to Johnson. Passes it to Whiteside. Dishes to Babbitt. Whiteside a screen. Here's Waiters. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
I don't think he even saw the defender. It didn't matter. Waiters up to the challenge.
Brown with it. He's picked up by Whiteside. And it's Brown missing.
I have no clue what happened with the defense there, but they should be thanking their lucky stars that somehow he bricked that golden opportunity.
Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Smart kicks to Green. They set the pick. Nailed from three-point land. Green's got 8 points.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
And Waiters kicks to Johnson. Now here's Dragic. Defense is right there. Celtics leading by 7. Johnson right side. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now here's Dragic, guarded by Smart. Whiteside kicks to Johnson. Whiteside a screen on Green. Clock at 4. Waiters. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Boston's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. So the Celtics call timeout, their first. Well, Miami certainly loves their heroes, and if you made a Mount Rushmore of Miami Heat players, Dwayne Wade is certainly the biggest face on that monument.
And it would really be remiss if you didn't consider what it is that LeBron James did in his short time down here in South Beach. But I tell you what, Kevin, certainly Dwayne Wade would be up there, Kevin, and then you have to think of Alonzo Mourning and all the things that he brought in terms of his success and heartbeat for this franchise. But you might want to reserve some space up there in that rocky crag, Kevin, for their general manager.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. And a new group in for the Celtics. Olenek, he's checked in for Johnson. Jordan Mickey comes in for Urebko. Young's checked in for Green. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Marcus Smart. Here's Rozier. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And good that time. Young's got his first bucket of the night.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
There's a screen. Richardson kicks to Johnson. Right wing. Here's Magruder. And it's off from three-point range. Celtics leading by 7. The feed to Olenek. Back to Brown. Lets it go with the 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. It's stolen by Brown. Richardson against Young. The pass to Rozier and taken away by Johnson. Kicks it to McRoberts from deep. The offensive rebound. Here's Reed. Oh, and he pops it off the glass. Wow. Young outside. Pass to Rozier. Shot clock at 6. The Celtics need to get a shot off. On its way from Young for 2, but they'll get another chance. They get the rebound. Here's Olynyk, and they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Magruder. 8 points his last outing. Heat moving the ball around. The shot from the low post is good. Boston leading by 7. Here's Rozier. He feeds it to Olynyk. The rebound by McRoberts.
Well, he could not have been any more wide open, guys. Wow, I bet he nails that shot next time he gets a clean look.
Johnson dishes to Richardson. That shot off, and the Celtics going the other way now. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
And they swept the season series against this group last season. Pretty impressive stuff.
So it's the Celtics now. 7-point differential. From deep. And it's Rozier missing.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Feeds to Richardson. Five on the clock. Pass to Magruder. Kicks it out to Richardson. Richardson missing again. Celtics leading by 7. The dish to Brown. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And when you talk about a player having an NBA-ready body, you want them to have the strength to compete with vets right off the bat. And make no mistake about it, Jaylen Brown has an NBA-ready body.
I'm just not sure the NBA is ready for him. I mean, he is a physical monster. Takes contact like defenders are insects and can still finish strong through the foul. Has a combo of speed, strength, length, and endurance that you rarely see from a player his age.
And he's good on the second.
And the vertical that Brown has is pretty impressive, as relentless a finisher as you'll find in our league.
Johnson outside. It's Richardson on the wing. In the corner, it's McRoberts. Reed. Rebound by Olynyk. Celtics leading by 8. Brown the pass to Rozier. To the inside. Olynyk off the left rim and out.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
Got right up in his jersey. I thought they actually traded for him. Didn't allow separation. Just a terrific effort.
Young with no one around. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Young's got his second bucket of the night.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, not only have they been the aggressors, their early execution has been off the charts.
Reed kicks to Richardson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Heat shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And as a team, they're down around 72% for the season.
And the first one drops. Zeller is checked in for Mickey. No good on the second free throw. Boston leading by 9. Brown the pass to Rozier. He dishes it to Olynyk. Fades back. It's tipped. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Boston on top, up by 9. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense, I play defense, I rebound, steals, blocks. You know, I'm pretty much that guy who likes to work hard and don't want anybody to beat him out, you know, except the challenge.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
Having complete control over what it is you're doing and avoiding distractions. It's hard to accomplish, but good job so far tonight.
Josh McRoberts out there with Johnson. Then there's Whiteside. Then there's Richardson. And it's Johnson in at the point guard. So that's who Miami starts the second with.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key. You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Yeah, he absolutely refused to back down there. Crafty lay-in.
For Miami, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. And Miami making a change here. Babbitt's checked in. Boston also with the sub. Smart's checked in. Free throw off from Richardson. As the NBA, Brent, becomes more and more of a skill game where versatility is so valuable, you certainly fit that description as a player. You like the way the game is going in that regard?
I do like it, Kevin, and I'll return a question to you and ask you if you think that the skills of the players are just more honed than they were maybe 25, 30 years ago because of their availability to these specialized coaches. This was not the way it was for that generation of players.
Excellent point, but have the rules even enhanced it more that players can show more of their skills now?
Yeah, there's no question about it that the league has tended to go towards being able to allow guys freedom of movement, off-ball movement. The flow of the game is much better. The three-point shot, as we've talked about at length, has opened up the floor, and you get to see the grace and athleticism of some of the game's best.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the players Boston really wanted when they traded Rajon Rondo to Dallas a couple of years ago was Jay Crowder. And since Crowder arrived in Boston, he's been a culture setter. Arriving in the midst of a losing streak, he said, "I lost my mind. I pulled Coach Stevens to the side and asked him, what are we trying to do here?" And Crowder wasn't done. He went to the front office and to teammates. He said, "I play to win." Kevin, he'll accept nothing less.
Great stuff, DA. Thank you. The Heat shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. That's good from Johnson. And the Celtics, a stifling defensive ball club under head coach Brad Stevens.
I mean, tremendous perimeter defenders. One of the top-rated teams in the league in terms of steals. And even without being a dominant defensive rebounding and shot-blocking team, they were so good on the wings that it didn't matter.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Offensive rebound. Johnson's shot is off.
Well, he has more than enough strength to fight through the D and convert that one. I'm surprised he came up short there.
Raiders no luck. Celtics leading by 10. It's tipped. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Dragic. Getting around 12 points a game, 7 assists, and 2 rebounds.
and he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Now here's Smart. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Here's Young. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And how about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim?
Dragic dishes to Babbitt. He kicks to Waiters. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
Sneaky quickness allowing Waiters to penetrate through the defense to get the strong finish.
Now Smart. Zeller, a screen on Dragic. Here's Smart. Here's Zeller. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Waiters on the wing, defended by Young. From 15 feet away, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Boston called for the foul.
And someone just was baited into that foul. Waiters with the herky-jerky move. Tough cover.
Well, one thing, Brent, with Dion Waiters is that when he is on, he is red hot. He's one of those players who will get single-digit points for a few weeks, then just explode for 25 or 30 points out of the blue.
Well, that sounds nice, Kevin, but most coaches are seeking consistency, and he's really not had that in the early stages of his career so far. So still trying to figure out his role, but he does bail out his team every now and again with those kind of scoring binges.
And so he hits both.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pick by Zeller. Johnson left side. Miami grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Man, just imagine how much they'd be up by, guys, if his shot was going in. One of the better shots in his arsenal. Someone has to rotate.
Smart with the ball. Screen by Young. Pass to Urepko. Lets it go from deep. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 7 rebounds in the game. Moment here now for an injury report.
Well, guys, I had a minute to catch up with the Celtics head athletic trainer. Unfortunately, it does not look good at all. The season is still very young, but that is bad news to get at any point of the year. We'll see how the team responds without him, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
Well, for how hard he competes in the game, you know he's going to do just the same when it comes to rehab. He may recover faster than most because of it.
And that one falls for Johnson. And we're seeing less post play now than we have in the past. But big men, Brent, who know when and where to cut to the rim, are still finding plenty of opportunities to score.
Well, I think about a guy like Ed Davis in Portland, who's a great slasher.
Good example.
Long arms,
Yep.
in the right spot at the right time, and cleaning up misses from perimeter players who are coming in and trying attempts around the basket. The idea, Kevin, is simply this. If you play with a guy with a back to the basket and he's not drawing double teams, what he's doing for you is getting in the way. And so coaches have moved off the post-up game in the league.
Now here's Smart. Passes it to Johnson. Here's Mickey. Nice ball movement by Boston. Smart kicks to Urepko. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots. They get it again. Johnson. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Johnson's got 6.
And they continue to control the glass.
And here's Dragic. 7 points in the game. Babbitt kicks to Johnson. Low block shot, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Boston. For Miami, they have gone 6 of 9 at the line. And the first one drops.
And the Celtics, really since the departure of the big three and Rajon Rondo, doing an amazing job of stockpiling assets and draft picks all along while still being competitive. So you had to know, though, that front office wouldn't hesitate to make a big move. This is an organization that seeks to compete for championships and nothing else.
He's off on the second. And the Celtics last season in a quote-unquote rebuild mode. And yeah, Greg, they were among the best teams in the NBA, certainly the East. Did they need to make any trades?
You know, they basically had to start combining assets. They were already one of the deepest teams in the league. They had 3 first-round picks in that 16 draft, 3 second-rounders. At some point, you have to make a quantity for quality trade because you only get 15 spots.
Free throw drops for Green. Both free throws good from Green. The odd fact for the Heat, they have a lot of left-handed players on their roster, Brent, enough to field a complete lineup. In fact, of softballs. They did so last season.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome to watch, and I'm just not sure how it is that guys play backwards, Kevin, as a right-handed player. Shocking he blew that opportunity, guys. 9 times out of 10, that is an easy make.
17-foot shot on the way, and it comes off the front of the rim. And Waiters kicks to Johnson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. So far tonight, he's gone 4 of 6 at the line. That's good from Johnson.
The team just cannot get into a groove from the free throw line. It's a common problem for them.
And he makes both free throws. Celtics leading by 7. Here's Smart. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now here's Dragic. He's got 7. Outside a screen. Dragic the pass to Babbitt. Clock at 6. Back to Dragic. Here's Whiteside. No good off the back of the rim. The Celtics have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Out to the right wing. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound, Celtics.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And then uses his explosiveness once he's gathered the rebound to throw it down.
Ray, you're a 2-time NBA champion. What's it like when you first reached that tremendous goal of winning a title after the long, arduous season before it?
Well, it's such a long year, and you spend so much time with your group of guys and your coaching staff that when it's finally over, there's just an incredible amount of elation and celebration and the work that you've put in all year long. I would tell you, Kevin, it's something that you remember. It's hard to express in words what that connection is, and it lasts for the rest of your life. When you run into your teammates and you see your coaches, you can immediately snap back to what it was that season represented for you and how much it meant for you and your career.
And probably you think on those seasons going by in a blink of an eye. Some seasons last forever, but other seasons like those, I imagine, seem like just a snap of a finger.
They do, and the memories last even longer, Kevin. You know, trophies are for gathering dust. That's one thing, but memories last a lifetime.
Where are your rings right now? You keep them stashed away? Do you ever wear them?
I never wear them, and if I'm honest with you, I'm not sure where they are, but they're safe. Because if I don't know where they are, if I don't know where they are, if somebody were to rob my house, they don't know where they are either.
Right. And Miami has possession following the three-pointer by Boston. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart.
Well, they're going to have to look elsewhere for points because he has pulled a Houdini and completely disappeared from the offense in this one. Just no production from him, and nothing seems to be in rhythm for him right now. It's just not his night.
First one falls for him.
Now, one thing about the Miami Heat is they always seem to find a veteran willing to come in and play on a bargain contract. I guess it is true that people tend to go towards the warmer weather.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Well, we know Miami's certainly a gorgeous setting. Brent, sand, sun, sea, things you enjoy in California.
Well, speaking of the sun, Kevin, did you see over there on the East Plaza of American Airlines Arena, they put up that sweet solar canopy. So energy efficient, and the Green Week has extended to green years down here in Miami. But Kevin, those things you mentioned sure do make it an attractive destination for the NBA free agents.
Here's Smart following the score by Miami. Here's Mickey. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Johnson. Another shot. Smart misses.
Well, he's seen it before where he can light it up with the best in the league, but right now he just does not have the touch.
Up top, Dragic, guarded by Smart. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Babbitt.
Now, some guys have a hard time finding their teammates in those possessions. Dragic is always looking to dish to get it to the open man.
Nice shot by Smart.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
And knowing that's the kind of D the opposition has been playing, he's going straight for the jugular, just like he should.
Here's Waiters. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. Pass to Magruder. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
A really strong second quarter in terms of scoring the basketball.
And some changes here for the Heat. Josh McRoberts has checked in for Luke Babbitt. Richardson comes in for Waiters. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. And then for Boston, Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Johnson. Brown comes in for Jerebko. And it's Rozier in for Marcus Smart. Celtics leading by 10. Brown outside. Offensive rebound. And there's the pass to Rozier. Pass to Mickey. Here's Olynyk. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Look at the Heat. Here in the early part of the season, they've acquired the third best record in the conference. And, of course, the Boston Celtics, 3 games behind.
And you know, for Boston, they weren't part of the discussion of teams on the rise as we came into the year. And now, quite frankly, we know why. If anything, they've taken a step back.
Now, still some chances to find some positives as the season comes to an end. Even if it's not a playoff spot, just some kind of forward momentum heading into the offseason.
And that one falls for Olynyk. One thing that Coach Spoelstra doesn't get enough credit for is his attention on the defensive end, Brent. Rarely do you see a team he is in charge of struggle on that side of the ball.
I think Spo has so many different ways that he can deploy his defense and gets very creative with the way he uses his active big guys out on screen and rolls. A great defensive mind in the game.
And so he makes both from the line.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Johnson outside. To the inside. Here's McRoberts. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Well, because he's lefty, you have to say crafty. That's kind of written in the books, Kevin. But Josh McRoberts is that. Plays with a lot of energy and a great role player his entire career who gets out and sparks his teammates with his playmaking ability.
He misses the free throw. And as for McRoberts, he is great in that energy off the bench role, Brent. He leaves everything out there on the floor.
Well, sometimes his emotions can get him a bit behind the eight ball during a game, but you take the good with the bad. Overall, he's a very, very good passer, a reluctant shooter, but definitely a guy you want to play with who'll set you up for a good look.
Celtics leading by 11. Down low. Here's Rozier. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. And a chance here to see our rookie watch. The biggest point-producing freshman over the last 10 games. Second, Jaylen Brown.
And, you know, they've given him some more responsibility offensively. In these past 2 weeks, he's responded.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. We've heard a lot of talk around the league about the strain of the regular season, Brent. 82 games, putting a strain with the back-to-backs of 4 games in 5 nights.
I'm getting tired of you just talking about it, Kevin.
I'm tired of saying it.
I'm exhausted.
So what's the solution?
I really think that the preseason only needs to be 4 games. You could also do something, Kevin, with regards to training camp where you'd have players in their first through 4 seasons come in for 10 days prior to the veterans coming into camp, the 4 preseason games, and then you're ready to go. So the NBA now, with their 22 affiliations with NBA D-League teams, have the opportunity for those guys to get in shape and learn the system going in between the big ball club and the D-League. But I think a shorter preseason schedule is on the horizon.
Excellent thoughts. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Miami Heat is still relevant in the East. The team made some excellent roster moves to bring in new talent after losing LeBron James to Cleveland a couple of years ago. Coach Spoelstra said, how many teams, if you lose the best player in the game, can have a compelling team 13 months later? You know, Kevin, in Miami, they don't stay down for long.
Thank you, DA. A championship caliber organization from the top down. The Heat trail by 13. Now, here's Richardson. He had 10 points in the win against Memphis. Here's the screen. To the paint. Shoots. And it falls over the rim and in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
He gets it in there. Olynyk got 8 points.
Yeah, his shooting has been on target here in the second frame after not being able to get anything going in the first.
Johnson attacking. It's good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Celtics leading by 11. Here's Rozier. Reed with the steal. In transition, here comes Miami. Here's Richardson. And Boston with the rebound. Brown's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. Here's a look at the stats for Brown. How his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And that one falls for Olynyk.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
And so Olynyk nails both of them. The Heat trail by 13. Johnson outside. Pass to Magruder. Here's Richardson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Jaylen Brown. That's good from Richardson. The Celtics making a switch here. Zeller's checked in. And Richardson drops them both. Celtics leading by 11. Rozier kicks to Zeller. Dishes it to Olynyk. Back to Green. Tries yet again. That's tipped. Now Johnson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Memphis.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
Here's Olynyk following the 3 by Miami that went in. The feed to Green. Tries a 3. And it's Reed pulling it down.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
Reed is screen. In the corner, it's Richardson. Back to Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nick Roberts dishes to Richardson. And again, Miami with the triple.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Boston leading by 5. 1:03 left to play in the first half. Olynyk, a screen on Richardson. Brown the pass to Olynyk. The 3 ball. And it's Reed pulling it down. Reed's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Richardson kicks to McRoberts. Makes it off the glass. McRoberts has got 8 points.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
Here's Rozier. Johnson with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Young's checked in for Boston. Here's Rozier. Kept alive. Here's Olynyk. And again, unable to change momentum here. The Heat trail by 3. Here's Magruder. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Here's McRoberts. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And McRoberts does a stellar job getting the defense to guess wrong and getting contact as a result.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And that 82% free throw percentage this season must have him feeling pretty good about himself at the line.
The first one falls. And so McRoberts nails both of them. And I think a little bit of payback emotion on display, guys.
And he gives as good as he gets. We know that much about him. You get up in his face, and it's only going to light that fire.
Pick by Zeller. Near the 3-point line, it's Olynyk. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Celtics lead by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think of your team's energy in the first half?
I think the energy's fine. I thought we did look a little gassed at the end of that first stint for some of our starters, but I thought for the most part it was good.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. Out in front at the half is Boston. They lead by 1 point. Starting with Kenny, your take.
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
Well, their reserves came in and played like starters. Gave them some big points off the bench. It'll be no surprise to see them get more minutes in the second half. They definitely deserve it. Though sometimes when you get more minutes, you get exposed. We shall see.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it back to Kevin Harlan and crew. They are standing by courtside.
Welcome back. American Airlines Arena visible on the far right of your screen in that overhead shot of downtown Miami. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. We're seeing a tremendous game from James Johnson.
Yeah, he's been a revelation tonight, almost scoring at will in that first half.
Yeah, you just don't see this much, but he's setting up for a monster game tonight.
Miami trailing. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. The big men, Jerebko and Johnson. Smart is out there with Brown. And it's Green in at the three, the small forward. And here is our 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's toughest defensive teams over the course of the last 10 games. Number one, the Heat.
Well, over the past couple weeks, this defense has found itself locked in. They've played hungry and they've played physical.
Two shots. Two shots.
He misses the free throw.
Well, we know about him being the 4th overall pick in the draft, and Wader's still trying to find a role on this team.
That one drops. He ties it up.
He was able to tie it up, but he has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
Smart with the ball. Kicks to Jerebko. This one for three. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Jerebko's got 8 points.
See, that's such an advantage right there. At his height, it's criminal to have that much range.
To the middle. It's stolen by Johnson. And here's Smart. Babbitt grabs the board.
Ill-advised shot there.
And he knows it. Got locked into scoring mode. Couldn't pull it back.
Another shot. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. This is his first chance at the line tonight. No good on that one. And he sinks the second. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Green against Johnson. Brown outside. They set the screen. He feeds it to Johnson. 5 to shoot. Here's Jerebko. Up and in on the layup. He's got 10.
Well, the shooting percentage is excellent so far, and without him, they might not have the lead like they do now.
Dragic kicks to Waiters. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. Whiteside kicks to Johnson. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Johnson's got 14.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Brown kicks to Smart. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And that's 11 points for Marcus Smart.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
Dragic dishes to Waiters. Got a piece of it, and they get it back. Abbott, and can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line. These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. That free throw missing. He hits the second from the line. Celtics leading by 4. Smart kicks to Jerebko. Back to Smart. Brown outside. And it's off from three-point range. For Miami, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room with the break.
And in a draft class full of great wing players, it is easy to sleep on Jaylen Brown, but he can become a great player. Has everything you want from a wing in terms of skill set and that physicality. He could have a ceiling just as high as anybody else in this draft.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, he can go at the rim, pull up to shoot, plays good D. If his jumper gets a little more consistent, he can be scary.
Yeah, and that is what this team was hoping for when they drafted him. Just looking at the areas that he needs to work on, they are all, I think, correctable things. He's going to put up a lot of highlights over the course of his career.
And both free throws good from Whiteside.
I mean, there's no doubt that every offense thinks about Hassan Whiteside and what he can do to you on the defensive end of the floor. He bothers so many shots with his height and his length. His timing to go up and swat shots away is just unprecedented. Nice to have a big man in the league that does things like that on that end of the floor.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Can't keep forcing things when you're not in a great rhythm. Move the ball.
Now here's Waiters. 8 points for him. And the shot goes in. And thinking again on Whiteside, Brent, that is what sticks out to me. His ability to time up blocks with his height is something you very rarely see.
Well, the one thing, Kevin, he does so well is the long arms. He keeps them down and then extends them as quick as possible to get to the ball. And I think that offensive players don't realize he's got a chance to get to him. But that's why he's one of the league leaders in block shots.
And it's the Heat with the ball. Following the three-pointer by Boston. Feeds to Dragic from past the arc. Drills it from outside. Dragic has got the game tied up here for the Heat.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
That took a lot of energy just trying to even things up. We'll see if they have enough left in the tank to finish the job.
And that one, good.
The pick definitely could have been better, didn't fully commit to it, but it was still just enough to get his teammate enough room to knock down the shot.
Waiters passes to Dragic. Misses off the left iron. Boston's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6.
And really, Brown is very talented at nailing shots even while getting hit. What muscle this guy has.
Mickey's checked in for Green. For Boston, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. Brown no good on the free throw. Mickey can't hit. The Heat trail by 4. Now the dish to Waiters. Out left to the wing. Babbitt kicks to Johnson. And then Johnson with the jam.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
Well, we talk about the D. Let's credit the offense. He attacked right there from the moment he saw the opening, not letting the defense react.
Here's Brown taken away. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart.
And this is a grown man shot chart right here. Not too much going on outside, but look at how things are for them in the paint. They are attacking the rim and not settling for the jump shot. And right now it's paying off in bunches. If I'm them, then I'd continue to do the same thing going forward until an adjustment is made.
Smart dishes to Brown. Shoots the 3. Yaredko can't get it to go.
Shocking he blew that opportunity, guys. 9 times out of 10, that is an easy make.
And it's good for 2. Here's Brown. 9 points in the game so far. He dishes it to Smart. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And that's 15 points for Marcus Smart. Miami's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Pass to Whiteside. He kicks to Babbitt. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And there's the pass to Mickey. There's a good screen. From past the arc. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look for Miami. Josh McRoberts has checked in for Luke Babbitt. Josh Richardson comes in for Waiters. And it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. And then for Boston, Zeller, he's checked in for Johnson. Young comes in for Yaredko. And it's Rozier in for Brown. Johnson outside. Inside, Richardson for the lead. That one doesn't go. Good defensive work there by Young.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Oh, great defense. They anticipated the play and got there first.
Here's Whiteside. So they take the lead. Whiteside's got 4 this quarter.
And Whiteside gobbles up the close range opportunities at the basket like he did there.
Here's Zeller. Clanking it by the D. Fights to the rim for the layup. Zeller's got it all tied up now for the Celtics. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Johnson inside. Doesn't go for him. And it's Boston the other way. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his first foul. Celtics making a switch here. Olynyk's checked in. For Boston, they've gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Here's Rozier. He's guarded by Johnson. It's Young on the wing. And Zeller kicks to Olynyk. It's stolen. Here's Magruder. He's got 7. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
That free throw good from McRoberts. And so McRoberts nails both of them. Boston trailing. Now here's Smart. 15 points in the game. Pass to Olynyk. Lets it go from deep. And it's Miami with the rebound. McRoberts has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Now here's Johnson. He's guarded closely. Reed the pass to McRoberts. This is to Richardson. 6 to shoot. Miami no good on that time either. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Miami. Here's Rozier. He's guarded by Johnson. Charity stripe shot. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. For Miami, they've gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. He gets that one. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night.
Nice unselfish dish there, right where his teammate could do something with it.
Rozier kicks to Zeller. Can't hit from in close.
Yeah, credit the D there. Got his hands up and made sure he wasn't comfortable on the release.
Well, sometimes coaches just tell you about changing shots rather than blocking shots. Something like that won't show up in the stat sheet, but just as important, trust me, coaches know.
Celtics shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Now Smart. 15 points in the game. And here's Young from the arc. And it's Reed pulling it down. Reed's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
Well, if he was wearing a badge, it'd be one of courage. He rose up and actually took that shot.
The Celtics have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. And that one misses. Miami's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. They get it back. McRoberts. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one on Olynyk. That free throw good from McRoberts. And so McRoberts nails both of them. Boston shooting around 48% so far in the third. Here's Rozier. 6 points for him. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Oh, an illegal screen there. One of the toughest calls for an official to make.
The Heat with the lead. Richardson with it. He's got 8. To the wing on the left. Here's Magruder, and he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 9.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Here's Rozier. Screen by Olynyk. Rozier the pass to Olynyk. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
Here's McRoberts. And that one drops for him. And now a 6-point Heat lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
1:44 left in the third quarter. Olynyk, a screen on Richardson. Pass to Olynyk. Just 5 on the clock. Young for 3. The Heat leading by 6. Here's Richardson, and stolen by Zeller. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. And there's Zeller. And that's good on the assist from Smart. Zeller's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
If these guys are focused on making a push with the basketball, they can be very good.
Richardson kicks to Reed. Johnson wide open. He fires. Misses the 3. Celtics trail by 4. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. Oh, man, how about the last-minute decision there to pull the shot down and get a better one for your teammate?
Now here's Johnson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. McRoberts dishes to Johnson. Reed off the screen. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. Johnson's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, you're making things far too easy for him when you let him get it that deep.
Yep, the D playing too soft there. They've got to body him up and keep him off that spot.
Here's Zeller. It's stolen by Johnson. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Good ball movement here by Miami. From deep, Richardson. Offensive rebound. Reed goes back up. No good at the rim.
Well, he's a great finisher around the rim, but some stellar defense there stopped that from happening.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. For Boston, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line. 9 of 12 so far. And that one misses. So neither attempt will fall that time frame. Johnson from outside. And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Heat up by 4. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Hey, bottom line is, good things are going to happen, bad things are happening. How you respond is the biggest key. Let's go.
And Brad Stevens moments ago focusing on what they can do now rather than worrying about what's already happened.
Yeah, and this is all you can do. Put all of your energy into this moment. The past, the future, they don't matter.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Luke Babbitt is out there with Whiteside. Then there's Dion Waiters. Then there's Dragic. And it's Johnson in at the 3. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Here's Olynyk. Lays it up and banks it in. Olynyk's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Celtics. And Miami shooting 47%. Pretty solid. Dragic the pass to Whiteside. They set the screen. Here's Waiters, and Waiters with the stuff.
And I think that's the preference from Waiters. He should attack the rim more often.
Celtics trail by 4. Here's Olynyk, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
All right, now he's putting on the clinic. Keep feeding him the ball.
Young against Dragic. Green, the screen. Down kicks to Mickey. Olynyk has the open look. It's good from long range.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
Man, I would have loved to have been a fly in the wall while the coach was talking to the team at halftime. They've been unconscious from deep.
Johnson, he's checked in for Boston. Here's Babbitt. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
The first free throw is good. Second free throw, no good.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs him.
And Green slams it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Well, you have to give a ton of credit to the defense for arriving just in time and altering that shot away from the basket.
He'd have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Whiteside dishes to Dragic. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. And the Heat lead by 2.
And as Dragic went up on the jumper, he knew the defense was there still. Finds a way to knock that one in.
And Young kicks to Green. There's the feed to Johnson. To take the lead. Miami grabs the miss. Babbitt's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Dragic has it in the corner. Back to Waiters. Johnson outside. Tries it from 9. Right side, no good.
Well, the D wasn't awful, but it wasn't stifling either. He really should have made that shot.
Young's shot is off. To the middle. Babbitt's shot is off.
Yeah, I know the shot's been off just a smidge tonight, but he's contributed in other ways to help his team have the lead in this game so far.
The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Good ball movement here by Miami. No good from Dragic. The Celtics have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Here's Green, and it's off the back rim. No good. He'd have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Lets it go. Babbitt's shot is off.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
The only way you're going to challenge him in that situation, you have to attack with more power. Now, bad shot, good result.
And Miami shooting in the 4th quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Dragic against Young. Dragic against the bucket. And the Heat lead by 2.
We all know how confident Goran Dragic is when it comes to scoring inside. Nice shot selection there for him.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Timeout. Start it.
Nice game. Great performance by James Johnson.
Yeah, I'm not so sure the defense knows how they can stop this guy, and I'm not so sure the coach knows either. This guy's absolutely on fire.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Urebko comes in for Jordan Mickey, and Terry Rozier subbed in for Young. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens was talking about with his players. He told them that for now, they have to back off of the three-point line. He said, we don't have to just shoot threes. Let's get the ball in tight for some high-percentage looks inside the paint. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Green, no luck.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
And even though he's been on a roll tonight, that one was a bit forced.
He's off on the first.
And he looks totally out of sorts here at the stripe. Those defenders aren't afraid at all to body him up and force him to earn his points at the line.
And he's good on the second. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Rozier. They set the pick. Kicks to Urebko. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And Waiters kicks to Dragic. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Dragic has got 6 in the quarter.
The pick definitely could have been better, didn't fully commit to it, but it was still just enough to get his teammate enough room to knock down the shot.
And Green now, top of the key. No good off the front iron. The Heat have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. And Waiters kicks to Dragic. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
It's an energy boost, not only for the player, but for the team when Dragic gets hit like that and still finishes over the defense. His teammates are pumped.
Here's Rozier. There's Green with the 3. That doesn't go either for Green.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Feeds to Waiters. The tray. But he gets it back.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Stolen by Waiters. Here's Babbitt. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation, using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
And Boston has possession after the Heat pick up 2. Urebko the pass to Green. And the shot falls short this time.
And he's not picking his spots out there right now, at least not well. He's forcing low percentage opportunities, and it's no surprise the frustration right there on his face.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. Hard to believe that Hassan Whiteside wasn't even in the NBA a few seasons ago, Brent. Took some time off, but what a find he has been since coming back into the league.
Well, it's been nice to see him re-engage and maybe turn around his attitude and work ethic and maybe wanting this at his size. You have to give credit to Whiteside for not giving up on himself and putting some of that work in to become the player he is right now.
And he knocks down the first one.
Nice stroke from the line by Whiteside. You know, he's only going to get better from there with some practice.
Smart's checked in for Rozier. And he makes both free throws. And here's Smart. He feeds it to Urebko. Johnson the screen. Back to Smart. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No doubt without these contributions, they'd be in a much deeper hole in this one, no question.
Now here's Waiters to the inside. He gets it in there. Babbitt's got the lead up to 8 now for the Heat.
Yeah, certainly an attitude change at halftime after sort of wandering around in the first. He's kicked it into gear here for the second frame.
Here's Jerebko. Here's Johnson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. First one falls for him. And both free throws good for Johnson. And Miami has possession. 6-point lead. Waiters against Brown. Waiters dishes to Babbitt. He got right to the cup using that screen. Babbitt's got 7 points for the quarter.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Now here's Smart. The dish to Jerebko. Now Smart down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. Waiters grabs the miss. The Heat leading by 8. To the paint. A steal. Brown right side. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 3rd assist on the night.
What a final quarter these guys are having from downtown, just burying the threes in bunches.
Well, really, their execution on the perimeter has been very sharp, in a groove that's hard to slow down.
Now here's Waiters. 5 to shoot. Johnson inside. He's against Green. Johnson gets the bucket.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And Jerebko has it in the corner. And a miss there on the triple. Miami's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Dragic kicks to Johnson. Brown against Waiters. To the paint. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Jerebko. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Jerebko. He misses the free throw.
I felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
And he's good on the second. Celtics trail by 8. Inside, here's Johnson. Good, and Smart gets the assist. 10 points for Johnson.
And they really did a nice job of getting the ball into an area where good things tend to happen, and they did.
Dragic the pass to Johnson. He dishes it to Whiteside. They set the pick. Babbitt kicks to Johnson. Up off the screen. Misses the layup to the left side wing. Puts one up from 19. That shot no good. Now the Heat take it the other way. And the layup's good off the glass. Johnson's got the lead up to 8 now for Miami.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Smart dishes to Olynyk. Here's Johnson, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Just claimed that possession for his own there, grabs the offensive rebound and puts it right back in.
And that one falls for Johnson. The Heat leading by 5. Dragic with it. He kicks it to Waiters. Shoots. And Boston with the rebound. Green's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Fires for 3. Smart misses.
Yeah, not a fan of that one, guys. If he wants to help his team cut into this deficit, he should not be attempting those kind of shots.
Now, here's Dragic. Down low. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And those attempts right now at the charity stripe are helping them pull away.
Good ball movement here by Miami. Babbitt passes to Dragic. Right side a screen. And Waiters kicks to Whiteside. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Johnson. Brown with it, and it's Waiters picking him up. Inside, Olynyk. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
That's as sweet as you're going to get it. Fluid motion, great lift, rolls right off the fingertips.
Outside Dragic. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Smart. Here's Johnson. It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Loose, and it goes out of bounds. That went off Dragic. Celtics ball. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. The 10-footer buries it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Well, when it comes to free throws, Dragic is just money from the line.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And with those makes, he's put the finishing touches on a very good win.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're losing by 5. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, time a huge factor right now. They've got to get points and then the foul.
And this is where 5 fingers need to become a fist. No room for error.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep, Green, offensive rebound, fires the three. Smart misses. And so it's Miami winning this one. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Goran, what has been the key to the success of this team lately and the key tonight?
In the last two games, everybody is playing for each other. You know, we're sharing the ball, we are active in defense, and we run. I think so. Last two games, that was the key. Everybody was involved, everybody was shooting the ball well, and here's the result.
Yeah, everything's working really well for you right now. Thanks for the time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, friends and neighbors. Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith as we move forward to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Hassan Whiteside. And in what seems like the same old for him, he scored yet another double-double. Talk about Mr. Dependable. This guy had it going.
There were a lot of things he did well tonight, but nothing topped what he was able to do on that glass. He exploded for 18 rebounds. This was all about sweat, strength, and energy. He battled hard for position on every single shot attempt and was always ready to pounce when the ball came near him.
When you talk about Whiteside, you're talking about a guy capable of putting up 20 every single night. We've seen him do that more than a few times, and he's going to keep doing it. His rebounding is fantastic. He's always around the ball, and his timing is outstanding. This guy has great shot-blocking instincts.
And thanks for joining us this evening, folks. We've reached the end of our broadcast. For the weeping Shaquille O'Neal and the heartbroken Kenny the Jet Smith.
Why?
I'm just a real sad Ernie Johnson.
Why?
Farewell and good night.